Welcome back. Today our focus of discussion will be on polygons. So what is a polygon? A polygon is a plane closed figure with straight lines. So as you can see from the diagrams that we have here, we have different shapes of polygons. We have a triangle, a quadrilateral, a pentagon, a hexagon. These shapes are formed when we have straight lines that are in contact. That is, those straight lines close up to form the shapes we are referring to. So what you can immediately notice is that the number of lines of these different shapes are different. If the number of lines is 3, we call that a triangle. If it is 4, we call that a quadrilateral. If it is 5, it is a pentagon. If the number of lines is 6, it is a hexagon. If it is 7, it is heptagon. If it is 8, it is octagon. If it is 9, it is nonagon. If it is 10, it is decagon, and so on. The number of lines is the same as the number of sides of the polygon. So starting from the simplest polygon is a triangle, and in our previous video we have talked about different types of triangle. We have an isosceles triangle, we have a scalene triangle, and we have equilateral triangle. So when you talk about a four-sided figure, that is called a quadrilateral, and there are different quadrilaterals which we shall talk about in this video. So what is important to know when you are dealing with polygons is the number of sides, which we call n. The number of sides. Okay, so for triangle is 3, quadrilateral is 4, pentagon is 5, hexagon is 6, and so on. Now I want to introduce you to a shape like this. This figure is a polygon. Why? This is because we have different lines that come together to form a figure. And how many lines do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the figure we are dealing with here has 6 sides. This object is a hexagon. Okay? Hexa means 6. So it is a figure with 6 sides. Okay? What you have to understand about the concept of polygons is we have angles that are called interior angles and angles that are called exterior angles. And if you consider the shape that we have in front of us here, let's call this angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D, E, F. These angles, A, B, C, D, E, F, are what we call interior angles because they are inside of the polygon that we are considering. So what are exterior angles then? So let's say we have angle G, angle H, angle I, angle J, angle K, and angle L. These angles are what we call exterior angles. Okay? So one of the concepts of plane geometry that we have already established in our previous video is that the sum of the interior angles and the exterior angle must be equal to 180 degrees. So angle A plus G is 180. Angle B plus H is 180. Angle C plus I is equal to 180. Angle D plus angle J is equal to 180. Angle E plus angle K equals to 180. Angle F plus angle L is equal to 180 degrees because they are angles on a straight line. So when dealing with polygons, there are some things that they may ask you to find. One of them is the sum of the interior angles. Sum of the interior angles. That is to say, when we add angle A, B, C, D, E, F, what will it give you? We have a simple formula for that. The sum of the interior angles is n minus 2 multiplied by 180. Okay? That is a formula that is applicable for any polygon. The n is the number of sides. Okay? So if we are considering this diagram here, the number of sides here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So therefore, n will be 6. And if we should calculate that, that will be 6 minus 2 multiplied by 180. And that is going to give you 720 degrees. Okay? So that is how you find the sum of the interior angles. So if they ask you to find each interior angle, okay, or simply the interior angle, well, if it is a regular polygon, let's assume that all the angles are equal, and we've said that it is a six-sided figure. So if the total angle is 720, how much would be each angle? It's simple. It means that you need to take the total sum of the interior angles, then you divide by the number of sides. Okay? So that is going to be n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by n. Okay? So for a six-sided figure, each interior angle is going to be 120 degrees if at all it is a regular polygon. Remember, a polygon can be regular or irregular. If it is regular, it means that the interior angles and the sides are equal. We will discuss that, okay? Then the next concept that you have to understand is the sum of the exterior angles. Well, regardless of the polygon, whether it is a triangle, a quadrilateral, a pentagon, a hexagon, a heptagon, and so on, the sum of the exterior angle is fixed. It must be 360 degrees. All right? It must be 360 degrees. The next thing to discuss is each exterior angle of a regular polygon. Well, the exterior angle of a regular polygon will be 360 divided by n, where n is the number of sides, okay, of the polygon. Moving on to the quadrilaterals, we said quadrilaterals are four-sided figure. So this is a rectangle with two of the opposite sides being equal. This is a square with all the four sides being equal. This is a parallelogram with two of its sides being equal. Okay, the difference between a rectangle and a parallelogram, as you can see, for a rectangle, the angles are exactly 90 degrees. But for a parallelogram, the two opposite angles will be 180 degrees. So each angle is not exactly 90 degrees. For a rhombus, is somehow similar to a square, but the angles are not exactly at 90 degrees. We have a trapezium and a kite. So these are the four-sided figures, and four-sided figures are called quadrilaterals. So which of them is a regular quadrilateral? Remember, a regular polygon is a polygon that has its interior angles being equal and the sides are also equal. So among the quadrilaterals, the polygon that is regular is a square. Among the triangles, the polygon that is regular is an equilateral triangle. Why? Because for an equilateral triangle, the angles are 60 degrees, okay? And the sides are also equal. We have already discussed about a regular polygon. To reiterate what we have just said, is that a regular polygon is a polygon whose interior angles are equal and the sides are equal in length. All right, moving on to the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. We have already established that the sum of the interior angles of a polygon is given by the formula n minus 2 multiplied by 180, where n is the number of sides. Moving on to each interior angle of a regular polygon. If we want to find each interior angle of a regular polygon, that will be the sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon divided by the number of sides. Okay? So do not confuse each interior angle with the sum of the interior angles. The sum and each word are different. So if they mention just interior angle, they are talking about each interior angle. Okay? Do not confuse. Whether you call it each interior angle or simply interior angles, this is the formula if at all the polygon is regular. Moving on to sum of the exterior angle of a regular polygon. We said that regardless of the polygon, the sum of the exterior angle is fixed. It is always 360 degrees. So how do we find each exterior angle or simply exterior angle? It is going to be 360 divided by n. Okay? All right. So remember these four things about polygons that they can ask you. The first thing is the sum of the interior angles. It is n minus 2 times 180, where n is the number of sides. So if they ask you each interior angle of a polygon, each or simply interior angle, it is going to be n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by n. Sum of the exterior angles is 360 degrees regardless of the polygon. So each of the exterior angle will be 360 divided by n. All right. They may not use the word each. Okay. So when they say interior angles, they are actually referring to each interior angles. When they say exterior angle, they are referring to each exterior angle. But if they want to find the sum, they must mention the word sum of the exterior angle or sum of the interior angle. So you cannot confuse them. Let's move on to solve problems. It says a regular polygon has 6 sides. Okay? So that is the number of sides is 6. What is the sum of the interior angles of the polygon? So we are asked to find the sum of the interior angles of the polygon. What is the formula? The sum of the interior angles of a polygon is n minus 2 multiplied by 180. So that is going to be n is 6 minus 2 multiplied by 180. So that is going to be 4 multiplied by 180, and that will give us 720 degrees. Moving on to the second question, it says a regular polygon has 8 sides. So it means the number of sides is 8. What is the sum of the interior angles? So we are to find the sum of the interior angles. What is the formula to find the sum of the interior angles? It is n minus 2 multiplied by 180. So that's going to be 8 minus 2 multiplied by 180. That is 6 multiplied by 180. And 6 multiplied by 180 is 1080 degrees. So that is the total sum of the interior angles of a polygon with 8 sides. Moving on to the third question, it says the sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon is 1260. So the sum of the interior angles is equal to 1260 degrees. Find the number of sides. So it is asking us to find the number of sides. How do we do that? But we know that the sum of the interior angles is given by the formula n minus 2 multiplied by 180. The sum of the interior angles is already given, is 1260. So that is going to be n minus 2 multiplied by 180. So with this, we can be able to find n. How can we go on with this calculation? We can divide both sides by 180. Then that is going to be 1260 divided by 180. That is 7 is equal to n minus 2. So to find n, that will be 7 plus 2 is equal to n. Therefore, n is equal to 9 sides. Okay, so the number of sides for a regular polygon whose interior angle is 1260 degrees is 9 sides. Moving on to the next question, it says the sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon is 1800 degrees. That is, sum of the interior angles is equal to 1800 degrees. Find the number of sides. So we want to find n. Again, the same formula, the sum of the interior angles is given by the formula n minus 2 multiplied by 180. So what is the sum of the interior angles? It is 1800. This is equal to n minus 2 multiplied by 180. So if I divide both sides by 180, this will cancel this. So 1800 divided by 180 is 10. This is equal to n minus 2. So 10 plus 2 is equal to n. Therefore, n is equal to 12 sides. All right. Moving on to the fifth question, it says a regular polygon has 8 sides. So that is the number of sides is 8. Find the interior angle of this polygon. So here you have to be careful. It is not asking you to find the sum of the interior angles, but it is asking you each interior angles. Okay? We know that the interior angles or each interior angles, whatever they say, is n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by n. So always make sure you understand what the question is asking you. It is not asking you to find the sum of the interior angles, no, but is asking you to find each interior angles. Okay? Whether they mention each interior angles or simply interior angles, this is the formula. If it is the sum, you know the formula already. Okay? So each interior angle will be n is 8. So 8 minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by 8. So that is going to be 6 multiplied by 180 divided by 8. 6 multiplied by 180 is 1080 divided by 8. So 1080 divided by 8 is 135 degrees. So each interior angle or just interior angle of this polygon is going to be 135 degrees. Okay? Moving on to the next question. It says, find the interior angle of a regular polygon with 15 sides. So the number of sides is 15. They are asking us to find the interior angle, okay? The interior angle, otherwise known as each interior angles, is given by the formula n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by n. So each interior angle is going to be n, which is 15 minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by 15. Okay, so 15 minus 2 is 13 multiplied by 180 divided by 15. 13 multiplied by 180 is 2340 all over 15. And 2340 divided by 15 is 156 degrees. So each interior angle is 156 degrees for a polygon with 15 sides. Moving on to the next question. It says, find the number of sides of a regular polygon whose interior angle is 120 degrees. So the interior angle is given as 120 degrees. Okay, so it is not the sum of the interior angles, but just the interior angles or each interior angles. The formula to find interior angles or each interior angles simply is n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by n. So it says the interior angle is 120 degrees. So that's going to be n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by n. Remember, we are asked to find the number of sides, that is the n. So if I cross multiply, I'll have 120n is equal to n minus 2 multiplied by 180. So that's going to be 120n is equal to n times 180 is 180n minus 2 times 180 is 360. So that's going to be 120n minus 180n is equal to minus 360. 120 minus 180 is minus 60n is equal to minus 360. The negative signs will cancel. So 60n is equal to 360. Divide both sides by 60 to find n. So n is equal to 360 divided by 60. That is going to be 6 sides. So the number of sides is 6. Moving on to the next question, it says the interior angle of a regular polygon is 140 degrees. Okay, that is each interior angle is equal to 140 degrees. Determine the number of sides of this polygon. So we want to find n. We know that each interior angle, or simply the interior angle, is equal to n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by n. So if that is 140, this is going to be n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by n. If we cross multiply, we'll have 140n is equal to n minus 2 multiplied by 180. So that's going to be 140n is equal to 180n minus 360. Okay, so 140n minus 180n is equal to minus 360. 140 minus 180 is minus 40n. This is equal to minus 360. Negative signs will cancel. So 40n is equal to 360. To find n, you divide both sides by 40. Okay? So therefore, n is equal to 360 divided by 40. And that is going to be 9 sides. All right. Moving on to the next question. It says, what is the exterior angle of a regular polygon with 12 sides? Remember, we are asked to find each exterior angle. So each exterior angle, or simply the exterior angle, is equal to 360 divided by n. So that's going to be 360 divided by n. That is the number of sides is going to be 12. So 360 divided by 12 is 30 degrees. Okay? So each exterior angle is 30 degrees. Remember, the sum of the exterior angle is always 360 degrees. Moving on to the next question. It says, determine the exterior angle of a regular polygon with 5 sides. So the number of sides is 5. So we are asked to find each exterior angle. Okay? And what is the formula for each exterior angle? Each exterior angle, or simply the exterior angle, is 360 divided by n. So that's going to be 360 divided by the number of sides is 5. 360 divided by 5 is 72 degrees. So each exterior angle is 72 degrees. All right, we have a word problem here that says the ratio of the interior angle to the exterior angle of a regular polygon is 7:2. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that if you divide the interior angle, that is each interior angle, by each exterior angle, the ratio is 7/2. That's what it means. So find the number of sides of the polygon. How do you find the number of sides of the polygon? Well, we are referring to the same polygon, okay, whose interior and exterior angles have a ratio of 7/2. So what can we do with this? What is the formula for each interior angles? Is n minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by n. So that is going to be divided by each exterior angle. Each exterior angle is 360 all over n. This is what is going to be equal to 7/2. So that's n minus 2 multiplied by 180 over n divided by 360 all over n. This is equal to 7/2. So that is going to be n minus 2 multiplied by 180 over n. I can change the division sign to multiplication sign. That will be multiplied by n over 360. This equals to 7/2. So this n will cancel this n. Now 180 into itself is 1, into 360 is 2. So we're going to have n minus 2 all over 2. This is equal to 7/2. If you want, you can cross multiply, but since the denominator is equal, like you have 2 here and you have 2, it means that the numerator will also be equal. So I can just go on to say n minus 2 is equal to 7. So in that case, n will be equal to 7 plus 2. N is going to be 9 sides. So it means the polygon has 9 sides. I hope you are not confused with these steps here. Because the denominators are equal, I can just go on to equate the numerator. But if you want to use your regular method, you can cross multiply. If you cross multiply, you'll have 2 into n minus 2 is equal to 7 times 2. Okay, then what else? That's going to be 2 into n minus 2 is equal to 14. Then you divide both sides by 2. So that's going to be n minus 2 equals to 7. So n will be 7 plus 2. N will be equal to 9. Anyway, you can solve. Okay. Moving on to the next question, which reads, two regular polygons, P and Q, are such that the number of sides of P is twice the number of sides of Q. The difference between the exterior angle of Q and P is 45. Find the number of sides of P. Well, the question can look intimidating, but we will solve it stepwise. So we have two different polygons. They are regular. So let's call them polygon P and polygon Q. Let's go and analyze the question. It says two regular polygons P and Q are such that the number of sides of P is twice the number of sides of Q. So let's say, let the number of sides of Q be x. So if the number of sides of Q is x, then the number of sides of P will be twice x. Is that not so? Yeah. Let's go back to the question. It says that the number of sides of P is twice the number of sides of Q. So P has a higher number of sides than Q. It is twice that of Q. So if we know Q as x, let's say the number of sides of Q is x, then the number of sides of polygon P will be 2x. That's simple. Then the question says the difference between the exterior angle of Q and P is 45. So it has given us that the difference between the exterior angle of Q and P is 45. So which means exterior angle of Q minus exterior angle of P, that is equal to 45. Now, what is the formula for exterior angle? Let's say for that of Q is going to be 360 divided by n. Okay, and what is the number of sides for Q? Q is x, minus what is the formula for exterior angle for P is going to be 360 divided by n, and where n is now 2x for that of P. This is equal to 45. So what do we do with this? We can find the LCM. Let the LCM be 2x. X into 2x, the x will cancel out. We'll have 2. So 2 times 360 is 720 minus 2x into 2x is 1. 1 times 360 is 360. This is equal to 45. So 720 minus 360 is 360 divided by 2x. This is equal to 45. So if I cross multiply, that will be 360 is equal to 2x multiplied by 45. Okay? So that is 360 is equal to 90x. To find x, you divide both sides by 90. This cancels this. So x is equal to 360 divided by 90. So x equal to 4 sides. So if we go back to the question, x is 4. So for polygon Q. So For polygon P, that will be 2 into x is 4, so that will be 8. So to find the number of sides for polygon P is equal to 2x, so that will be 2 times 4, and that will be 8 sides as the answer. All right.